All right, here's my 2009 Yamaha Tmax 500. I'm gonna do a walk around video and go over the bike. I am putting it up for sale. I've owned the bike since 2012. I bought it from the first owner. It had 360 miles on it when I bought it. He bought it for his wife, thought she could ride this next to him while he rode his Harley. Ended up being a lot more bike for her. So he rode it around for a while and then put it on the market. So I've had it since 360 miles in 2012. And now it's got about 16,000 miles on it. And as you guys can see, it's in just stunning condition. I take really good care of my stuff, and I'll go over the whole bike with you. And I'm not too afraid to say that this is probably the nicest Tmax in the country right now. She's in really good shape and has a lot of really unique work done to it. Maintenance wise, regular service, synthetic oil. Never went more than a few thousand miles before an oil change. I have all the service records. I have every receipt for every quart of oil, every filter. At 12,000 miles, she had her full 12,000 mile service, coolant plugs, air filters, and the full belt and roller swap out. So maintenance wise, it doesn't need anything. It's also got newer Michelin Power Pures. They're in great shape, a little wear on them. Not gonna need tires for a long time. So front to back on this bike, I'll go over everything I've done to it. So first thing up front, EBC rotors on the front. I replaced the stock rotors with EBC rotors. The turn signals, if you've seen a stock Tmax before, it has these big stalks that come out with yellow signals. This is the European Asian market turn signals. I brought them in from Italy and then wired them up to the USA harness so that the marker lights still run while the bike is on. Really changes the look of the bike. That was a lot of work done by myself. All right, up here, handlebar conversion. The stock Tmax is kind of like a Bergman or a Silver Wing. It has like the big black welded bars with the plastic cover on it. I did this full Rizoma Conversion Kit, which takes out that big metal bar. Like the whole front of the bike had to come apart. The top of the triple tree, it was one big welded mess that came off. Rizoma gives you this plate mounts to the triple tree, gives you 7/8 inch risers, and then I put a Rizoma handlebar on the front. So what you get here is you get a nice wider bar, more leg room, and then room to mount accessories and things like a regular motorcycle versus the big plastic cover. Massive undertaking, not cheap, but it made the bike much more rideable. I'm 6'3", gave me a lot more leg room, just makes it a nicer bike all the way around. Now on these handlebars, I imported these from Italy. These are hand guards to keep the wind off your hand. I have heated grips. See the grip controller right here. I have a USB power port right here, phone mount right here. Behind the dash here, I have a fuse block hooked up to the battery. That fuse block turns on when you turn the key on. So the heated grips and the USB power port only run when the bike is running. You don't have to worry about draining your battery down. And that's all professionally wired in. Again, done by yours truly. Really changes the look. You're not gonna see a lot of other bikes with that kit on there. That was a big undertaking. The panel right here, this panel was originally black. I took it to a shop. I had it painted in blue to match the rest of the bike. I had some other custom work done on the bike as well. I'll hit there in a minute. The seat right here, this is a Shad touring seat. It's the gel touring seat. I had the original stock seat in the house. My dealer actually brought this in from Spain. It took a while to get. Really nice touring seat, really matches the lines of the bike. Big difference right there. This rack is from the Tmax 530. The newer version Tmax 530, 550, they all share the same tail section. So this is a Tmax 530 rack, and this is a Tmax 530 top case from Yamaha. And when I got this, these were silver. And again, I took these panels off along with that front panel, had these taken to a body shop, professionally painted blue and clear coated to match. Since I had the paint, that's why I had that black panel painted as well. Walk around the bike here, and again, you can see that top case, good looking top case, factory case. Here in the back, I have a Yoshimura full system on it. I'll start it up in a minute so you guys can hear the bike run. That's a full exhaust system. I do have the 100-pound stock welded up system inside the house as well. If anybody wants that, it'll come with the bike. But as you can see, a lot of care has been put into this thing. All the maintenance done the way it should have been done. Records for everything. All the accessories added to the bike. You can tour on this bike. You can sport on this bike. You can take it out to the back roads. You can wind it out. If you're not familiar with the Tmax, these things are governed at 110 mile an hour. Won't tell you how I know that it'll hit the governor at 110. But she purrs at freeway speeds. It's a water-cooled twin cylinder, engines mounted as a stress member, sealed chain drive in the back. These are just great bikes. It was my daily for a while, commuter to work. I just haven't been riding it as much. I'm going a little bit different direction with the bikes that I have. I have a handful of bikes. But this Tmax right here, again, between the condition it's in, the care it's gotten, the maintenance records, and all the aftermarket accessories, you are probably looking at it what is the nicest example of one of these bikes here in the United States. She is just in great shape, and I'm selling it here. I'm located in Northern Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. I'll get it started up for you. You can hear it start up, hear the exhaust. Pipe on it, that twin cylinder 500 sounds good. It gets a lot of attention going down the road. And again, I have the stock pipe if that's not your thing. I really do enjoy the Yoshi pipe. Guys are familiar with maxi scooters, the CVT is right there in front of the exhaust, and then it's a sealed chain drive to the rear wheel. The engine is not mounted with the swing arm like a Bergman or a Majesty or something like that. It's actually got a sport bike style frame with a sealed chain that runs the rear tire. You're not gonna see any issues on this bike, nothing. She's waxed 3 times a year. The wheels are waxed. The swing arms are waxed. Everything's just kept clean and neat and just well taken care of. You can see all around.